Sorry, I didn't see you there. I was just listening to some music on my X Cloud Revolver S's. Usually I'm gaming on these things, but sometimes I like to listen to some music. Anyways, it kind of spooked me. But today, we're going to be talking about gaming headsets. Is the X Cloud Revolver S worth it, or is it not? We're going to be getting into that today, so check out this video. What's going on, guys? My name's Kyle, and today I am back with another video. And today we're going to be reviewing the X Cloud Revolver S's. So I've had some time with these, actually a lot of time to go ahead and test these things out. I know they're not the newest thing out by a HyperX, but I've had these for quite some time, and they still carry this kind of lineup or this exact model, and they really haven't changed it much. So I wanted to go ahead and sit down, review it for you, and let you know, is this something that you should be looking into for kind of a decent price range as well. So I picked these up, I think around the 150 price range, just to kind of off the bat give you an idea of where these are compared to kind of others and their prices as well. But like I said, these are the X Cloud Revolver S's. I know they have a bunch of other ones. They have the Stingers, they have wireless versions as well. Ones that are actually just a full kind of headband, compared to ones that are like these that are kind of more split. So I picked these up because, you know, they had great reviews online. And I know HyperX is a really great brand. It was between these or Astros, but at the time the price didn't work out to have the mix amp and the headset with Astro. It was a lot more than getting something like this, and it was on a great steal, I think, for Black Friday. So we're going to start off with kind of more the basic features with this gaming headset. I believe they have one more, and if there is, I'll kind of have put on the screen as well. I think they have one more model above this one that's a little more expensive, but I believe it's wireless. So it's kind of more on their top of the line for HyperX gaming headsets. So it is in kind of the right price range of what I was willing to spend, but obviously not too cheap of, you know, sound quality. So obviously you start off, it has 7.1 Dolby surround sound, like a lot of headsets do. And I'll get into that in a little bit of what I think when you have that on versus when you have it off. It has a USB control box as well as a DSP sound card. So typically you kind of have like amps with like Astro. And then with this one, you kind of have this sound card, and I'll show B-roll as well. And you can control volume, mic levels, I guess, whether you want Dolby on or off, mute on or mute off. And then you can control kind of, if you don't have Dolby, you can they have these different little presets as well. I believe they call like different EQs and whatnot. So you want more bass, if you want it has a bunch of different presets on there. And I'll go ahead and list those on the screen. So you can kind of scroll through those if you're not using Dolby. And then, so like this says, it has studio ground soundstage as they promote, so you can hear the enemy before they hear you. And like I said, I'll get into that a little bit of kind of my review on what I think about the actual overall audio as well as the surround sound. So of course you have all the kind of compatibility features. I know some are like PS4 only and then Xbox PC only. This is everything. So that was kind of another feature that stood out to me. Whereas Astro, it's like PS4 and then Xbox and PC. So if I get an Xbox down the line, then I'll have to buy a whole separate, or if I get a PS4 and I have an Xbox head. I just got this because it's PC, PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, as well as mobile. So it just kind of crosses off all of the compatibility features that I was kind of looking for. So then you get to what's actually provided in the box in the sense of audio kind of connectivity. So the one that I use right now is obviously going to be the USB. I feel like that just kind of gives you the best audio. It's the most convenient. But they also do provide you with a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack and then a splitter as well. It's a super long cable, which is really nice, and braided. All the cabling's kind of braided as well, which obviously you'll see in the B-roll. But this one has obviously splitting off going into your PC with a little dongle here on the edge. You could, like I said, it comes with a 3.5 millimeter, and you can kind of plug that right in like this. But you don't get the feature of the sound card, which would kind of be a pain in the ass if you want to change volume or turn, you know, surround sound on or off. So another little quick feature is this kind of little boom mic arm, I guess you could call it. I don't use it because I have my Elgato Wave 3 connected to the Rode PSA 1. So I used to use this before. Obviously, I had my whole audio setup, and if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. It'll be the top left or right of the screen, and I'll link it down below as well. But it just kind of clicks into the bottom here. It only has one side, so you can't choose which side the kind of mic arm is on. I don't know if all headsets actually have that feature. This one does not, which is kind of annoying. I wish I could maybe put on left or right, but this one just goes into the left side of the kind of ear muff here. So with the Cloud Revolver S, you get these kind of little leather couplets, which are really nice. I think I had a previous Astro model before this, and it had like almost a cloth material, but this kind of has this nice little leather kind of couplets that are very high quality. I've had these for quite some time now and haven't had any wear and tear, but these have held up very well. They kind of have this kind of steel material as the headband. Like I had said earlier, it's kind of separated. So it has this little bungees, and obviously you'll be able to see these better in the B-roll. A little bungee system where this kind of goes up and down to, obviously, I'm guessing, fit the size of different heads. Obviously everyone's gonna have a different size head, so this kind of adapts to that, so you're able to move it up and down. So if you have a smaller head, obviously this would be all the way down versus up. Even the headband is very nicely stitched, as well as you got the HyperX logoing on there, and then this kind of steel grade frame, and then obviously your labeling's the left and right, and then this actual port right here for the like 3.5mm jack that goes into the sound card or your PC, or the extra dongle, doesn't come out. So with my previous Astro, you actually were able to take this kind of dongle or this side of the 3.5mm jack out, but with this you can't. So that's kind of annoying. I guess if you're transporting with this, you have to wrap the whole thing around the headset or something. So that kind of is something to consider if you travel a lot with these, or if you kind of put them to the side or into a kind of drawer or something. You might want to think about this because this doesn't actually come out. So when it comes to kind of the last part of the actual physical build of the headset, I do like the physical build. It feels like great quality. This kind of just automatically goes all the way up. So I wish, like, I think it was Steel series, their Arctic series, it's actually like a more solid band, so this just isn't super like all over the place. It's like an actual strap that goes over your head. That might have been a better feature, but it's very comfortable. Doesn't get too hot, so if you're gaming for like an hour or 2 or 3, it's not too hot. After a while it tends to get pretty hot actually, so just go ahead and keep that in mind. I don't know how you really escape that when you're gaming for that amount of time. But if you're doing a 2 to 3 hour session, you should be fine with kind of, you know, the heat of your ears having these enclosed. Sometimes I'll just go ahead and take it off and then put it back on to kind of air my ear out. But overall, on the build quality, is definitely a 10 out of 10. Getting to the actual sound quality, probably what you care about most. I don't know if I actually have a rating for it because I kind of have a love-hate relationship with the sound. I love it, but I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't have the Dolby 7.1 surround sound on really at all. I tried it in the beginning and I thought I noticed a difference, but it almost has like a tinny sound to it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like if you were in a tin 4x4 building and you had surround, it makes all the sounds kind of very tinny sounding, whereas if you don't have it on, and kind of the way that I use it a majority of the time is I have it turned off and it works perfectly fine. I've even messed around with the different kind of presets that they have with different EQ, and that works perfectly well. And like I said, I don't turn on the Dolby. So if you're looking for something that you're going to use the Dolby or the, you know, the 7.1 surround sound all the time, you might want to look into another headset. But honestly, without it, I think these are really good. You can hear all the footsteps, you can hear everything. I just think the surround sound is a little too much. Obviously I can't showcase the audio through this video, but it's just not that great. But without the surround sound, the audio is awesome. Music, I've tried movies, I've tried different things other than gaming, but obviously you're probably gonna be using these for gaming. It's awesome. The bass is great. You can, like I said, you can go through presets if you want more bass and you want to hear footsteps a little louder. That's an option as well. But if you don't, and you're playing just a single player game or like a story mode, you can just go ahead and turn that off. Just a quick little kind of insert here with the audio. I don't know if you care too much about that, but if you are, and if you're using it for streaming, the audio is actually really good. I'm not going to do a test on that maybe in the future, but the audio is pretty good. It, like I said, it just only plugs into the left side. I hadn't heard any complaints when I was, gaming with friends and stuff. They're like saying that the audio sucked or anything. They said the audio is a lot better when I use this, but for, a microphone out of the box, this is pretty good. Obviously I wasn't hearing myself. It was everyone else hearing me. But everything I've heard from friends and people, this sounds really great for just an out-of-box kind of microphone that plugs right into the headset. But overall, a great headset. They give a lot of leeway, even when you're connected into the kind of sound card. You have a lot of kind of this braided cable to be able to connect. I've dealt with a lot of my components that have short cables, and this doesn't, which is a really nice feature. And like I had shown earlier, you kind of get this long braided cable as well. So it's nice to have it as a feature, especially when I have my PC a little bit further away. It's nice to have a long, and especially a nice high quality braided cable. If it's snagging on things or going on the corner edge or around a bookcase, it's not going to snag or tear or anything like that anytime soon. That's definitely a nice feature to have, is a longer cable. So I want to thank you for making it all the way till the end of the video. I highly appreciate it. I've been wanting to make this video for quite some time. I know I do my audio recording setup, so I thought, why not do what I'm listening to audio through. So like I said, I've been wanting to do it for a while. Thank you for making it all the way till the end. Go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment. I read all the comments. I reply to all of them. I'm here for what you have to say. Subscribe, it helps me out, lets me know I'm going in the right direction, and I will see you in the next video.